Hey, it's Scandalous Scriptures here. We're doing a video podcast this time. We're still gonna upload on Podbean, so if you're on Podbean listening to it, then that's fine, I guess. But if you want to see the video portion of it, you can go to our website, or not our website, our YouTube channel. Scandalous Scriptures.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yep, set up for this. Yeah, I uploaded 2 videos on it. The ad for Scandalous Scriptures and a video of for our website, which I don't use anymore because it's terrible. No matter how tempted you may be to use Wix, it doesn't work. It doesn't. Anyway, so we're talking about Easter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't make any notes for this one because I expect Dad knows everything about Easter because he's a pastor. And what don't you know about Easter?
What would you like to know about Easter?
The second most important holiday.
It's the most important
the
holiday.
Second most important holiday.
The most important.
I think the birth of Jesus is more important.
The resurrection of Jesus is more important.
The resurrection of Jesus wouldn't exist without the birth of Jesus. If the birth of Jesus didn't happen at all, then the resurrection of Jesus wouldn't happen.
That's a fair point. Still, Easter's the central holiday of the Christian church.
I think Christian. No, Christmas is.
No, it's not. Easter is.
Yeah. Everyone says that Christmas is like the biggest holiday.
It's not the most important holiday to Christians.
Okay.
So what do you want to talk about?
Easter.
What about it?
About it.
You know what it is.
Yeah.
Can you give me the rundown? What happens at Easter?
Well, God died. Or not God, Jesus. Or technically it is God.
Yeah.
But it's confusing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're delving into a problem with Christology, right? Are we Nestorians or are we Orthodox?
And also a problem with the St. Patrick.
What about St. Patrick?
You don't use the 3-leaf clover, which is famous for using that as an analogy, which doesn't work because it's partialism, apparently, which is basically saying that
what's partialism, Patrick?
God is it's that each of the 3. It's like saying that, okay, each one of these 3 persons, God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, they are 1/3, which has apparently been condemned by something.
Yeah, that's not what we believe.
But really, God is each one of those persons is one in nature with Him. Mm-hmm. So.
That's true.
I tried to explain it to Emmanuel, which, by the way, isn't God. I mean,
your cousin Emmanuel.
My cousin Emmanuel.
Which means God with us, you know.
And also means, God, because that was his name. I mean...
Emmanuel literally means God with us. It's Hebrew for God with us.
Yeah, I mean, my cousins, they really tried to follow the scriptures, like, with their names. Christian, Emmanuel... They tried everything.
Yeah, but your 2 other cousins, their names are not from the Bible. But it doesn't matter.
Wyatt is.
Wyatt?
Well, I mean, it's not from the Bible, but it means it means something from the Bible. Jen's is not, but Wyatt is. I don't know.
Oh, anyway.
Anyway.
So yeah, okay. So you have an Orthodox confession of the Holy Trinity, and you do confess the Nicene Creed, right?
Yeah.
So, okay.
Well, also, if you want to see a really good video on this guy, Hans Feeney made a great video. You might have heard of his channel, Lutheran Satire. It's kind of popular. Mm-hmm. You've met him.
Yeah. I think you have too, but you were a baby at the time.
We're, kind of related to him, technically, sort of.
Technically, but,
We're technically related to Barack Obama.
That's true.
Yeah, but we are not. We don't look like him, I'd say.
Well, I think we're distant. You were a distant cousin of him. I don't know if I'm related to him at all.
No, No, we're the distant cousins.
You are.
Like, we're like
Through your
his
mom.
sixth cousin
I'm
of
not related to him.
Barack Obama's kids, apparently.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's interesting. See, I am not.
We're actually related to Michelle, not Barack Obama.
Oh.
By blood, we're related to Michelle Obama.
Oh.
But we're not related to Barack Obama himself.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, technically we are by marriage.
Well, that's interesting. I don't know. I don't think
But,
I am
I mean,
as far as
we
I know.
are-
But maybe I am. Who knows?
I mean, technically you are.
I suppose
You're
if you go back
descended
far
from
enough.
Noah,
Right.
right? Noah's Ark.
Sure.
And we want to track it back even further.
So Easter, we're
Yeah.
a little off track.
Yeah.
So far you have articulated a confession of the Holy Trinity within the parameters of Nicene Orthodoxy. That's good. Good for you.
Yeah. Anyway, so
What happens?
basically God dies, and then 3 days, exactly 3, not 2, not 1 day. I don't know why 3 days is more. Does it explain why 3 days is so important?
But it's interesting because by our way of counting, it's actually 2 days, right? So Friday he dies, and on Sunday he rises.
Yeah, so I guess Easter is actually when he rises.
So we're including Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as the Triduum, right?
I could technically go into the details of the story a lot more because basically what happens is that Judas is a jerk, such a jerk, and he's all like, well, you know, these like $10 I'm gonna get, and I'm gonna sacrifice the actual Jesus, you know, to these Roman dudes.
He betrays him.
Yeah, it's a pretty rude thing to do, I'd say.
Yeah,
Definitely
Judas been
not,
following him around for 3 years, and then for
Like, yeah, he was actually put like I was looking up at these like worst people in the world list of all time,
and Judas was on
and
it.
Judas was on the
Well,
list.
I guess that makes sense.
I mean, he did kill or betray the, you know, third or
no, not the third.
one whole God, I guess.
He betrayed the Son of God,
Yeah.
Jesus, right?
The Son of God.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. Or on
That's why people
Or
don't name their kids
as-
Judas anymore.
yeah.
Sort of like Benedict Arnold. Nobody's going to be named Benedict Arnold anymore.
How about why?
You don't know who Benedict Arnold is?
Maybe I'm an idiot. I don't know.
No, you're not an idiot. You just haven't learned about it yet. He's another famous traitor. Not quite as bad as Judas.
Well, I mean, we've got Benedict Cumberbatch.
No. It's not the same. The word Benedict is actually a great name. You know what it means?
No.
It's like blessing.
Oh.
But anyway.
Well, I mean, we got away with actual people naming their children Satan. I mean, not what's Satan's name? I can't remember.
Beelzebub?
No, the other guy.
What do you mean?
It's like
Azrael?
the devil guy, like the main guy that
Satan? Lucifer?
Lucifer. Yeah, we got away with people still naming their children Lucifer, and he's the actual devil. So I mean.
Well, Lucifer is also a good word. It means light bringer.
Yeah, I know, but that's kind of ironic because he's not really a light bringer anymore.
You know, the people that the acolytes who hold the candles that go down the air, the aisle at church services, they're called Lucifers. That's their title.
Okay.
There's a Crucifer and a Lucifer, right?
Well, it doesn't matter because we've gotten off track again, haven't we?
Right, so...
Yeah, anyway,
Easter.
so Easter, Judas is a jerk, and he's like gonna betray Jesus, and Jesus is all like, well, fine, even though I have the whole power to be able to destroy the entire earth with the snap of my fingers. I'm like a Thanos, but less powerful.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. He's more powerful than Thanos, obviously.
Yeah.
Like Thanos, except more powerful than that. But I'm just gonna, get beaten to death on this cross. On the cross.
So he submits to it willingly. That's an important part of our understanding of what happens at Easter. Yeah, Jesus'
does that.
willingness to submit to his passion.
Yeah, well, I mean, he didn't want to,
But he
did.
was willing to.
Do it.
He could have chosen not to.
but he did it. He didn't want to, but he did it.
Yep.
He was bleeding because he was so stressed, literally. But whatever, he's God, so I mean, he can deal with that. right? You can deal with dying. I mean, he's literally
It didn't
the
seem
son
to
of
be
God,
something that
so,
was
I'd
pleasant
say
for
death.
him, though.
Not pleasant at all,
no.
but I could definitely see him, he doesn't deserve as much sympathy because, you know, he is the son of God after all. We gotta remember that.
Did you just say Jesus doesn't deserve sympathy?
I'm just kidding. He does. I mean, he was, like, beaten to death on a literal cross.
But he wasn't beaten to death. He was just beaten, and then he was hung on a cross, and that's what killed him.
Well, I mean, it was worse than being hung, I'd say, probably.
Yeah, I mean, all around it was just bad. Sure.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
They put a crown of thorns on his head.
Yes. So that's Good Friday.
That Good Friday?
Yes.
I would call it Bad Friday.
Well, you know what the word good means. It means of or relating to God.
Oh, well,
That's why they call it Good Friday.
Okay, Good Friday. I mean, the irony is strong with this one, I guess.
It is good, because what happened in Christ's death...
I'd say the rising of him was good. That was the good part.
But
The
his
dying
redemption...
was not the good part. That was very, very bad,
so
especially
he
for
redeemed us
him.
in his death. Yeah.
Well, anyway.
But they go together. You don't have Good Friday without Easter Sunday.
Yeah, and we don't celebrate Good Friday with, well, whatever. Basically,
yeah,
then...
we do. We celebrate Good Friday.
Yeah, but I didn't even know it existed for so long until I was like 6.
We literally have church services on Good Friday.
Yeah,
every year.
I know.
Twice a day. We have 2 of them. We have the chief service at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I know.
And 10 o'clock.
I know. I think everyone knows. We
Well,
we
I
all
don't know
know
if
that.
they
We
know
have
that.
to go to the...
So if you don't know, that traditionally we have church services throughout the day on Good Friday. Not just once.
Yeah, well, basically...
Actually, there's a traditional service that's 3 hours long on Good Friday. And then you have Tenebrae.
Yeah, no way. I wouldn't go to a service that was 3 hours long.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, it is. That's 3 hours.
So?
I would die of boredom. Yeah, I almost die of boredom when just going to a 1 hour service. 3 hours? What? That's crazy.
Boy. You know, I should introduce you to some of my friends in other churches where they routinely have church for 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm sorry to them. I'm sorry to the guy that dressed up like Blade. Is that one of them? Blade dude? I'm gonna call him Blade.
In church?
Awesome. No, your friend.
Like,
The guy that
I
dressed
don't
up
know.
as Blade for Halloween. Remember
Well,
that
yes.
guy?
I don't know if he went to church for 3 hours or not.
Well, I don't know. What friends?
Well,
I don't know about these people. Anyway, let's go on. So, he dies. It's not good. Then, they stab him with a knife.
a spear.
It's the same thing, pretty much. It's
Okay.
like a sword, whatever.
It's
You
a spear.
with a blade.
It's a spear.
With a Halloween costume named Blade. No,
A spear.
I think it's Blade is the same thing. A blade.
It
spear
pierced his side.
It's whatever, and water and blood came out.
Yes.
I'd be a little freaked out if I stabbed somebody. To be honest, I'd be freaked out if I saw a dead body at all. But I mean, if I had seen this routinely, no, I always make sure people are dead by like stabbing them. Then
Wait a minute.
then
What?
water comes out. Like no, I'm trying to think like what the people that were doing, like if they routinely, stab people to make sure that they're dead.
I don't
when
know if that was
Well, that's
routine or
why they did it. Whatever.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I thought that they did that. I thought that
Maybe,
was.
I don't know.
I thought that they did it to make sure that he was dead, or at least to kill him if he wasn't. I thought that they did.
I don't know if that
whatever.
was routine or not.
Then the
Maybe.
water and blood came out, and I'd be like, "What? Water? That's crazy. That would be so freaky to see water come out of somebody, stab them, and then water comes out.
Okay.
That'd be weird." I'm just
So
saying.
it's regarded by the church as a miracle.
Yeah, it's a miracle because I cannot see water surviving in somebody's, bloodstream without getting tainted by the blood and the other things in there.
Okay.
And there's a lot more in blood in there, like organs. What is it? A heart. We got a heart, which makes all the blood. And then you got the lungs, which are the
I
breathing
don't think the heart
things.
makes
And then,
the blood.
well, no, it doesn't. It
Circulates
it so that it doesn't die or whatever.
Right, okay. So anyway, that is regarded as a miracle by the church. And it's linked to the sacraments of baptism and Holy Communion.
Well, whatever. They put him in this. They put him in this place.
A tomb?
This tomb. It's
Yeah.
above ground tomb.
Okay.
And they put this huge rock. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then there are 2 soldiers guarding it, and then tomb opens up, and because he's alive, and the tomb opens up, kills the guards.
What?
Yeah. Kills the guards.
Hmm.
Don't you remember that?
It kills the guard.
Yeah, it kills them. I'm pretty sure it kills them. That was what I learned. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there.
I'll have to
I'm
check.
pretty sure I'm right there, though. You can get your phone out and check if you want.
No, my phone's in the car.
Anyway, so... Then... He... Yeah.
Jesus appears to...
Yeah, he just comes back to life and is now...
To who? Like, isn't it Mary Magdalene?
Yeah.
And then also some of his disciples.
I get confused
And then
about
that
all
night
Mary's.
he shows up, like, among his disciples, right?
I don't know. I don't remember what happens after he
They were in an upper room. They were in the upper room.
I have not.
They had the
gone-
doors locked because they were afraid that they were going to be next, right? And then Jesus just kind of shows up. He just appears and he says, "Peace be with you."
And then there's the fire part. Remember?
Where he cooks fish on a charcoal grill.
No. I thought you put fire in their heads. Remember the little flame?
Oh,
thing?
that's Pentecost.
I'm
that's
such
later.
an idiot.
You're not an idiot.
Okay, well then there's isn't it that where Doubting Thomas gets his name?
Yes, because Thomas wasn't there that night. And then, so
I mean-
all of the others say, he's like, "We saw Jesus." And he said, no, I don't believe you unless I see his, I can't be. And then Jesus shows up, and then he's still like, "Oh, no, I don't believe it unless I see the marks in your hands and your side. I'm not going to leave you." So Jesus shows him the marks in his hands and his side.
Yeah, well, I mean,
And you know what? He's called Doubting Thomas, and that's so bad because Thomas...
was not the only one that doubted it. I mean,
Right,
all the other
it's just because he
disciples
wasn't
did it, too.
there at the time.
I mean, I would have doubted
because the
it,
rest
too,
of them, when
probably.
Mary showed up, he's like, they didn't believe her, and then Thomas like saw it and he believed and
Well,
he
I mean,
confessed Jesus. And
like,
right, and then like he went and evangelized. Thomas actually went to India and he
got skinned alive
that's the
or
tradition.
decapitated.
Well, but anyway,
I mean,
he
it's
preached to all these people
whatever,
and
it was bad.
he actually established a church there.
And then Judas hung himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that money he got was
Mm-hmm.
used to buy something else for, like,
A potter's field.
yeah, because it was considered blood money, and you
Yep,
don't want blood
it
money.
was. Yeah, I don't want blood money, I guess.
Yeah.
So
That wasn't good. That he was remorseful.
So anyway-
remorseful that he actually killed himself because.
right.
But whatever.
So anyway,
not great.
Anyway, what happened? Jesus died on Friday and he rose from the dead on Sunday. So what's the significance of him rising from the dead?
The fact that our sins are now forgiven.
Yeah.
By the way, all the people that died before him, are their sins forgiven too?
Yes.
Okay, so they were in hell before, but now they're going to heaven, right?
Well, that's a kind of an interesting quandary.
Or were they in, or maybe like they just went directly to heaven? Because time makes no sense. No sense at all.
Well, there are some traditions that talk about the harrowing of hell, where Jesus in his descent into hell prior to his resurrection actually proclaimed the gospel to the spirits in prison. So there are some traditional depictions of Jesus' harrowing of hell in which he actually takes Adam's hand and pulls him out, and also the Father's. But the thing is that, like, prior to the New Testament, there's a very different conception of hell from what there is sort of post-New Testament. So even talking about hell, you just have to be really, really careful. I don't know if that's, if there was sort of like, what do they call it? Hades is actually the word that's used in
Hades is a really
in the
good
New
character.
Testament. Yeah.
If you've ever actually read Hercules' story. Hades
Right.
is
Anyway,
really
Hades,
interesting.
like
But whatever.
Hades is used in the New Testament to kind of describe this thing, the resting place of the fathers, right? And it's they draw a distinction between that and Gehenna. So like there's different types of hell that are described in the Bible. It's not quite so straightforward. But anyway, I don't know. Like the upshot is I'm not entirely sure how that all works. But the thing is that Christ did redeem sinners both before he lived and after.
Okay.
And not in only his redemption at his death, but also in his resurrection, he conquers death, right? So we share in the same resurrection that he does. So in the creed, for example, we confess, I believe in the life of the world to come, in the resurrection of the body and the life of the world to come. So the Christian hope is that we're actually sharing in that resurrection, that we too will be resurrected on the last day in perfect and incorruptible bodies.
Yeah,
so that's why Easter is so important to us.
We don't really know when the last day will be.
We don't.
It could be Easter anytime. Who knows? It could be now. It could be tomorrow. It could be literally anytime. Okay?
Yep.
And it'll be great. I would in heaven, probably good place to be, I'd say.
In the new heavens and the new earth.
I'm guessing that heaven's probably like the best place to be in the world. And not even the world, like in the universe. It's not even in this universe, right? It's like in another universe.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't
like
understand.
You could not build a tower high enough to get to heaven. You know what? I don't even know why God tried to like give all the other people different languages so they couldn't talk when they tried to build that tower. Because like they were never going to be able to get to heaven. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. It's not even. It's an infinite time farther from the earth. It is literally, they are infinitely far apart.
Well, that's immaterial. Like, in fact, it's not even just about heaven, right? Like, that's kind of an amorphous and nebulous concept. It's about the new heavens and the new earth, the new creation at the last day. That's the Christian hope.
Right.
Not that we live in heaven, but that we live on the new earth.
So everyone's going to be nice in the new earth.
Everybody's going to be raised in perfect and incorruptible bodies.
Yes.
And the Lamb will be our light. Oh, you should read Revelation.
Yeah, I don't read the Bible. I get way too bored. I always, if I like go to church, but I can't read the Bible. I don't know.
Well, this podcast is called Scandalous Scriptures.
I do know all the Bible stories because everyone's...
All of them?
Like a lot of them. Not all of them, but like a lot of them.
Do you know about the Witch at Endor?
I'm pretty sure I do. What's about?
We'll talk about it another time.
No, tell me.
I don't want to.
Tell me.
I will talk about it with you.
Tell me!
This one I'm not prepared to talk about.
Tell me.
Seriously.
Fine. I bet I know about it, but whatever. So then all the apostles die. It's not good.
Later,
though.
not like right away.
What else is there to talk about? I mean, there was that Mary guy. No, I mean not
Mary
Mary.
guy?
Mary.
Like
Mary
Mary.
girl. Mary didn't believe in. It was the farmer or whatever. It was some other dude.
What?
The gardener.
Oh, yeah.
The gardener.
She thought that Jesus was the gardener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. She
Mary
must
Magdalene.
have been clouded.
But
by
then she realized who it
bad
was. And then she
glasses.
went back and like told everybody. She was the first one to see it, along with the other myrrh bearers.
Yeah, like anyone ever believed her.
Yeah, that was kind of the problem, is they didn't really,
Yeah.
they weren't sure what to believe.
I mean, it's like, we're not living in a creepypasta, Mary. Stop telling me that somebody that died is actually now alive, even though that's something that is in, like, every creepypasta story ever. Like, what do we got? Slender Man. Okay, Slender Man's just killing kids up here. And then there's, like, murder, suicide, Squidward. Okay, he kills himself.
I don't know
And
anything about this.
And
I've
then,
never
like,
read creepypasta.
Yeah, because they're bad.
Yeah.
But you cannot go to middle school in the 2000s and avoid hearing
I thought it was the
creepypastas.
2010s.
It's nearly impossible.
The 2000s were like a decade ago. Or 20 years ago almost.
20 years, yeah. Idiot, of course. You cannot go to school today and avoid hearing creepypastas. It's literally impossible.
Okay.
I'd say it's probably impossible because
So
everyone reads
it's like
them.
The Simpsons when I was a kid.
Except worse, because they're scary.
Okay.
They're terrifying. No kid should ever be reading creepypastas. I do not understand how their parents allow you to read creepypastas.
Do you read creepypasta?
No, I don't. I wouldn't even go onto the website, creepypastas.com or whatever.
Okay. I mean, I know what it is. I've never read it.
I mean, it's just people making up terrifying stories that don't make any sense.
So,
that
right,
stupid,
it's just
whatever.
like a place to share your own writing.
Yeah, except it
In
has
the
to
horror
be
genre.
horror. Yeah.
And it's like specific kinds of horror, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know about it. So let's talk more about Easter.
Yeah, because it's not, Easter is not a creepypasta. Yeah.
No.
I mean, I bet parts of the Bible could be, but Easter's not, so.
Well, anyway. Easter is a big deal.
Is a big deal. Such a big deal that it is horrible. No, I'm just kidding. But, I mean, seriously, schools on Easter, they're like, this has been the second coming of Christ. But I'm just kidding, because it was the first coming of Christ. You see the joke? Yeah. You get it?
I'm not really sure what you're driving at.
No, what I mean is that you can't take it seriously enough, you know. Easter, you can't take it seriously enough, not possible. But I'm just saying that the thing is, they make us do stupid things on Easter, and we're like, but
like what?
But why? Like plays. Remember?
Do you have to like wear shorts? That was the thing I always didn't like about Easter is I had to wear those silly shorts to church.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
And also schools, they'd be like, okay, you gotta sing for your joy, and I'd be like, yeah. I'm happy that I don't have to do this. Why am I here? You're making me sing in front of these other people that I don't know and I probably don't care about. If they died tomorrow, I wouldn't know. Because I wouldn't, yeah, I'm like, and I'm supposed to care? I'm supposed to be happy that I'm doing this? What? That's crazy, right?
Well,
like, I bet I could sing in the shower. Okay, about Easter, on Easter, I could do that. But I couldn't sing in front of all of these people, especially if I don't want to. Maybe in front of my family. But it's not my family, it's people I have no contact with at all.
Okay, well...
Hate them. Hate it.
They're people, like, they're nice people.
I don't hate the people, I hate the fact that I have to do that. Or I used to, but now I'm online school.
I don't remember you ever singing at Easter.
Yes, I did that. I totally did that. We did that like every year.
What?
Yeah. You probably would remember
at
it
Easter?
if I showed you like a picture or something.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I believe you. I don't remember
It's not
that,
surprising. About almost every school does it. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, don't go to St. Peter's. It's bad school.
This one.
Bad school, I tell you.
One.
Church is fine, but it's bad school.
We're going to have to edit that out.
No, we're not. We're not editing that out. That's like that. This is the main part of this. Then
we're not going to post it.
Is don't go to St. Peter's. The more you know. I probably shouldn't say that, but I will because I don't like St. Peter's. Dad's the pastor at the St. Peter's church. I don't like the St. Peter's school. The church is fine. I actually really like some of the people that go to the church, except for, some of the people that don't go to it anymore.
We're totally going to edit this out and post.
I'll bleep their name. Fine. Anyway,
so
their
that's...
daughter's nice.
Yes, she is. So that's Easter. So Jesus rose from the dead.
Yeah.
In victory over sin and death.
Victory.
Victory in Jesus, my Savior forever.
What is there to talk about,
He sought me and bought me with his redeeming blood. See, I used to sing that when I was a boy, the church I went to.
Okay.
He loved me ere I knew him.
Well, what...
And all my love is to him.
Well...
Victory, sweet victory, through his redeeming blood.
Okay, so...
I think that's how it goes.
Okay, so what do we do now? Like, what do we talk about?
I guess we're done.
I guess,
It's been 29 minutes and 10 seconds, according to that clock.
11 seconds, technically, because it's 15 seconds. Well, whatever. This is Scandalous Scriptures with Islwin and,
What's my name?
Reverend Jonathan Williams. Jonathan Vale Williams.
Oh, now there's no doubt about who I actually am.
Yeah.
You can identify me.
No. The 12 people that watch our... yeah, that's actually... I think 12 people have downloaded episodes. So that's That's nice. Thank you.
Yeah, but who knows what will happen in the future. You'll become famous and everybody's going to look at this.
The Grinch is going to come after you. The Grinch that writes spam news is going to come after you.
Yeah, he's not going to. At least, not yet.
Not yet. Not until we post this, at least.
Nothing we said on here is going to be a problem. So, any interesting projects going on right now?
Have we even turned... Are we going to keep talking on the...
Yeah.
Okay.
What's going on in your life?
Stuff. But this podcast is about God, so if we're going to talk about other stuff that I'm doing, like the chicken coop we're building, which is going to be nice. It's going to be a nice
It's going to be a nice chicken
coop.
Great. It's going to be better than the old one.
It's going to be the best.
I still think I should have my meat birds in the old coop, though.
I really think you should have them in the new coop, because the new coop's so much bigger. But whatever. We're not talking about that, because we're just talking about God. And since we're not talking about God, this is Scandalous Scriptures with me and you. And we will see you whenever we decide to post another episode, which could be in a day, or it could be in a year. It's possible, because we've taken breaks long enough. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so... something fell over there. Well, this is Scandalous Scriptures, the people that will not touch the Grinch with a 10-foot pole. Goodbye.